Welcome once again to another exciting, enthralling episode of Things Falling Out of My Face, which we call What the Frank. It's been, I guess, a week and a half now since Steve had the event, or as I've read on the web, some of you believe it was a non-event. I think I wanted to focus on just one thing. Because I think the problem is now we're so used to being knocked, just as they would say in the UK, cock-a-hoop by what Apple comes out with, that unless they really hit a grand slam, people go, oh, they failed, they disappointed me so much. One of the things, and probably something that people I've seen on Twitter complain about the most, is they don't get Ping at all. And you know what? The first time I saw it, to me it was like, I don't need this again. I remember when Twitter first came out, I wasn't going to use it because I thought, why do I care if Christopher Breen has number 4 toast every morning? It really doesn't affect my world in one single iota. But I quickly found that through doing Twitter, I kept contact with a lot of my friends around the world. Plus I made new friends, and you network. And it's great for other podcasts I do. I get to interact with the viewers. And it's great. It's a lot of fun. But the one thing that people always were picking on from what I saw on Twitter was Ping. What is the point of Ping? Now I agree. I don't like what they did with the UI on iTunes 10. I don't like the buttons being set from top to bottom like a traffic light. I don't like the soulless, I like to think of it, look of the sidebar. There's no colors in there. It's not what Apple's. I'm not looking for the beach ball, but I just like having a little bit of something there, so it's pleasing to the eye. That I'm not going back into a world of it's not going to be the 50s television again. I like black and white, but I like it used judiciously. But anyhow, getting back to Ping, I thought, what the hell is the point of that? And I'll tell you honestly, I don't use it much at all. I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times. But what I have found to do is 2 things. First, from a musical standpoint, it serves a purpose sort of like Pandora. People that I talk to on Tweet, and I've got my stuff set up in Ping, so people can get in who I let in. Turn me on to some new people that I would have never heard otherwise. Some that I don't like, but that's life. Everybody is like, hey, that movie was phenomenal. And then you talk to the next person, and they go, oh, that thing sucked. It's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back, stuff like that. What I found with Ping was I found, secondly, okay, so first, I find new music. Secondly, though, what was interesting is the people I picked to be in my little inner sanctum, as it were people who I talk to on Twitter all the time about business. We network. We talk about how to help each other out with certain things. This was like being at a party. All we talked about was one common theme: music. People we think you should hear. I really like these people. I want you to hear them. I don't know if you'll like them, but you might. Now, I have one friend who likes a band that I really liked in the 70s. There was a studio band called 10cc. Now, I have them set to a channel on Pandora to see if there's any current equivalents to these guys. Well, it turns out I have a friend who has the same tastes in music I do, pretty much, or at least the same major tastes. And the beauty of this whole thing is now when I ask him for something or he recommends something, I go, oh, I want to give this a listen. And sometimes I find stuff he puts up I like. Some of it I'm indifferent to. Some of it I go, it's not my cup of tea. So I found in that sense, I found Ping very, very liberating because it's more fun than Twitter to me. Twitter has now become not just a social tool, but almost a necessity in day-to-day life. I mean, that's all we do anymore. Instead of, and it's not like, and people are just talking, like I said earlier, you're not just talking about what you had for breakfast. People are actually doing business and little things, and it helps move your life along quicker. But there's something about Ping that look, it exists solely for you to enjoy yourself. And I like that. Now, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. But if you do, you can either let everybody in if you want to have a big party, or if there's just a few people that you really trust to give you some good information, or maybe pick some, you're more in sync with their tastes, I guess I'm thinking. This thing actually can be quite nice. Now, like I said, I've only used it 3 times, so I haven't really put it through its paces. But I think it has a lot of possibility. It really does. Because you're going into a channel, whereas with Twitter, you're going in to do your work and this and stuff now, and maybe just chat or say, I'm going to be late for dinner, blah, 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 blah. It's life. This is like a little party on the side. All we're going to talk about here is music. You don't want to talk about music? Get out. I don't care what you think about the Queen. I don't care what you think about Obama. I don't care what you think about North Korea at this point. I just want to talk music. Now, granted, that works out perfectly for Apple because it gives them financial incentive. Because if that person recommends, or I recommend to someone else, a particular song or album or artist, they can buy it right from the iTunes store normally. Although, worst case scenario, you can go to one of those stores where they sell used CDs and stuff like that. But in general, before people start really, pissing and moaning about it, I think give it a try for a while. Everybody's screaming, oh my God, look what they did with the iPods and all this stuff. You look back a month from now, it isn't going to matter. You look during the holiday season, people are going to be going crazed. They'll be buying this stuff up left and right. Prices on shuffles for $47. That's an electronic gerbil now. My apologies to Peter. So really, don't get your knickers in a twist. Go try the stuff for a while and see if it's useful to you. If it is, use it. If it's not, don't. If you think it could be, if it has certain features, send feedback to Apple. That's why they have that in all their, I think it's in the file menus. Give them the feedback. They get enough people saying, look, if you did this, it would really be nice. We'd be more inclined to use it. They'll do it. Because, as much as they want to keep you happy, the happier they keep you, the more often you're going to go back and buy. It's a win-win thing. They're in there to make money. I'm not going to argue with that. Hell, if I could make money. But if I could have Steve, well, no, he only gets $1 a year, doesn't he? All right, give me Johnny Ives pay. Give me Johnny Ives pay for 2 days and I'll go away. I'll be quiet. So anyhow, I'm drifting all over the place here. I want you to just give the stuff a shot. Try it. See what you think of it first. And if at first you don't like it, back off for a little while. Try it again. Second time you don't like it, you got an issue. Send it off to Apple, okay? Sorry I've gone so long here. It's almost 10 minutes. See, well, you can't stop me from talking. But then you're not paying to listen to me talk, so They're also not paying me to stop talking. So, as always turn to Mac OSG. Go to the forums, answers for anything you need, any problem you can figure, and if the problem's not in there, if you can't troll the boards and find an answer, post the problem. Someone will have an answer. Until next week. Download, double click, drop out. Peace.